So today's agenda is going to help you understand what is Canva. We're going to talk a little bit about what it is, what it's designed to do, what it's capable of doing. I'm going to explain what's free because it is a free service and what you get with a pro plan. I have a pro plan, which is not terribly expensive, but you don't necessarily need it unless you want some of the additional features. And we'll talk about something called Magic Studio, which is their implementation of artificial intelligence. We're starting to see AI integrated into tools that we might use on an everyday basis, and there are many available through Magic Studio. We'll take a look at some templates and tutorials, just get a better understanding of all the things Canva can do, and try a few things out. I'll show you how I use it for my design work and other things. I'll be your tour guide. The concept behind Canva is that it's a design tool that enables anyone to be a designer. You don't have to have artistic training. What can you design? Well, pretty much anything that's graphics, but people use it for designing logos. You can do presentations. They have a presentation tool that's similar to PowerPoint, Keynote, Google Slides. They have tools for designing flyers or announcements, social media posts, videos. They have a video editing tool. They have the ability to create print products. So if you wanted to get a picture imprinted on a mug or a t-shirt, they have services like that and much, much more. I don't think anybody will ever use all of their capabilities, but there are many, many things you can do with it. Even with the free tool, it gives you a lot of capability. From a pricing standpoint, their pricing is set up so that you can do something with a free account. They give you the editor, they give you templates, they give you designs, they give you a lot of free photos and graphics. They give you access to their AI tool. They have ways you can invite friends and family to collaborate. You can use it for print products and you get 5 GB of storage. So generally people start free and then they decide if they need to use it or want to use it more, they can utilize it more effectively and increase it to a paid plan, which is $120 a year. And then you get the whole access to a stock photo library, stock video, stock audio. They have tools for branding, for logos, for organizations and businesses. They have a tool called Resize Designs. One of the things that Canva really started out doing differently is that it really helped people that wanted to put content on different social media sites and made it easier for them to resize their graphics. If you're not familiar, and I'll show you, but Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and others, they all have different sizes and formats for their content. And creating an individual piece of content for each social media site is very time consuming for a graphic designer or a business brand. Their resizing capability makes it really rapid for people to create multiple designs from one original and use it on social media. They have some great photo editing tools that give you the ability to do photo editing very simple. They have more access to Magic AI, and they have even more tools. You can create whiteboards, you can collaborate with people. There's just a tremendous amount of access that you can create with the paid plan that gives it a lot of capabilities. This is the homepage for Canva. I have a pro account, and so it shows my account information here, and I can adjust my settings as typical. I have the ability to access a lot of features from their homepage. One of the things they emphasize is Meet Magic Studio. It's kind of interesting. They put a little graphic effect in where I hover my mouse over it. It highlights where my mouse is scrolling. One of the things they give you the ability to do is to try things starting with a template. So you can start with a document. They actually have a word processing tool built into Canva. They have a whiteboard tool. They have a slide presentation tool. They have t-shirts, and then they have different size graphics. A banner, which is landscaped. I mentioned in my tech article about aspect ratio, and a landscape is something that's wider than it is tall. They have the ability for you to create a graphic that's specifically designed for a Facebook cover page. It's 1640 by 924 pixels, which means it fits perfectly for a Facebook cover image, which is used for profiles and brands. They give you the ability to create worksheets, an Instagram reel video, an Instagram post, a standard video, high definition format, a mobile video, a thumbnail for YouTube, and a few more things like a Facebook post or a logo or stories, Instagram, etc., banners. They even have a website tool as well, things for flyers, things for resumes. So they have a tremendous amount of templates that are available. They're emphasizing their Magic Studio. They also list all of their templates up here as well. So if you said, gee, I'd like to create a document or a presentation, or you can use 5 words to describe your design. So I said, if I can say, I need an image of a cat in a garden or a flyer. So they have templates. I can see them all. These are ideas for cats and gardens, okay, if I want to. And it's going to create some things in Magic Design also in the AI tool. But you can see there's things like International Cat Day or landscape and gardening, or some of the AI tools that got created as flyers right from my prompt without any other work that was necessary to do. So if I wanted to look at this, it actually came up with the text, perfect garden, a feline friendly oasis, right? And it did that from the prompt, from the AI prompt. Okay, so this is a new template just crafted for me for Magic Design if I want to use it. So they're making it really easy for people to create templates, create designs just from a text image if they want to, without having to actually worry about finding a template. Because you can search for templates. They have 115,000 templates. Some of them are about cats, some of them are about gardens, but I wanted a cat in a garden. And so that's where the AI Magic Design tool helped me out in doing that. So it's a way to use their Magic Design, and some of this Magic Design is available. Now we can go back to home by going over to the left here and go back to home, but I could filter them, choose categories, media, and brand. They do give you the ability with a pro account to create a design for your brand. So if you had an organization or a club and you wanted to use consistent set of colors, you can set them up if you want to. So one of the things I use it for a lot is I use it for creating cover images for my YouTube videos after I edit the videos. And it's a standard format. So these are all graphics that I can just edit. I can double click here and edit the text. I can move in a photo. I can change the background color, and I can start from scratch. We'll start from scratch as well. But I am able to keep track of all of my designs by doing it this way. I can copy it and utilize something different. So sometimes I'll need a graphic for my articles. I haven't decided what my article is going to be for the middle of the month, but if I was looking for a project or a design, I can start something new and I can say, well, I'm going to start a presentation that's a 1920 by 1080. That's about the right size for something that might be a graphic image. And I get a blank design. Now, what I have the ability to do is I can describe it and it'll come up with something AI, or I can go to the left here and I can search for information or find or draw or create something. So if I wanted to use a something like their stock elements, they have a lot of tools like shapes and designs. So if I wanted to use a shape, I can insert a shape and drag it and reposition it and move it around and change the size. And if I want to, I can change the color or delete it, align it, link it, or do other things with it that are standard editing tools. So it's a complete graphic editing tool. And if I want to look at all the shapes, I would click on See All, and it shows me the shapes. If I want to drag this over, and if I want to change the color, I can go up to the color tool here, and it shows me colors that I've used in recent graphics. But if I want to change it to something orange, I can change it to orange. If I want to copy it, I can right-click, copy, and right-click, paste. And I have to allow Canva to use that in my browser feature, but then I can paste it and I can change the color to something different if I want to. So it gives me the ability, and it's a complete drag and drop alignment. It shows little alignments. So if I want these aligned right next to each other in the same row, it gives me that capability to do that. If I want it positioned at the border, it'll give me the ability to do that. It sets up borders for print capability as well. So I have the ability to drag and drop these shapes in here really easily if I want to. And so it's one of these great tools for graphic design because you are working with shapes. Now, if I wanted to find something else besides a shape, I do have graphics here, but I haven't really searched for graphics. So let's find a cat, okay? And I want a cat, a cute cat. And so it'll show me graphics, it'll show me photos, and it'll show me videos and audio. Okay. I have access to a few more things. You'll see things on Canva that'll say Pro. They have a little Pro. I have access to that. So most free subscribers don't have access to music, but you'll see some things are free. This one happens to be a free one. This one happens to be a free one. And when I click on it, it just immediately adds it to the image here. I can drag these handles and resize and reshape it. I can edit the photo. So if I bring up photo editing, it gives me a lot of capabilities that are available. Now, some of the features are pro only. You can see like background remover is pro, magic eraser is pro, magic expand. But if I want to do magic background remover, it'll remove the background for me in one click. And now I have the cat without the background. So if I want to put the cat here, and I can put some objects here, maybe it might be nice to have the cat. Let's take a look at a mouse, because cats like to look at mice. And we'll find a mouse here, or let's take a computer mouse just for fun. And we'll put that up there. And I can add these just by clicking on them and change them and drag them around. So it's a very free form type of design tool, which is really great. Now, I've got something designed as landscape. Let me find a great background. Let me type a background, and we'll call it, let's see, we've got a holiday background. Let's take a holiday background, okay? And see what kind. Now it'll generate an image if I want to with Magic AI, but I can use the stock image. Let's take this one, and I can click on these three dots, and I can set this image as my background, okay? Not the best, okay? So let's go and try doing something a little bit different. Let's find a better background image here, maybe something with a little more color. This one might be a little better. And it makes it really, really easy to change these designs around if you want to. And again, all of these are all editable. And just like other graphic tools, it does create what are called layers. So I can move things to the front or to the back if I want to and change them. I can even, so it gives me the ability to modify where things are layered on top of each other. And so now I've got some image here. One of the things about Canva that people like using, and one of the main reasons people use it, is they do like to switch and change the size of the image. So Magic Switch is what they're doing now, particularly with their Pro account. If I want to make this an 8.5 by 11 image, I can change it just by clicking that and click continue. And I can resize this entire design into something entirely different, okay? So it will resize the design for me. I can resize it again. One of these things is transform it into a doc. They have a translate tool as well, but I don't need anything special. So let's try doc, and it creates something interesting. This is a little bit interesting. Let's say it into a blog post here, and let's try it like this, okay? And so we need to add some words. Cat chases mouse news, okay? And we'll change it into something different, okay? I don't know what Chinese New Year's came up. Okay, so we'll see what we can do. Oh, it's actually looking for some text to translate to a doc. I can change it to a social media post. So if I want to change it to something that's a different size, like a Facebook story or Facebook video, you see they have all of these tools here that give me the ability to change it very quickly into a different size image. And I can copy it and resize it, or I can just use these images as they are. I can modify it if I choose to. So a lot of resources here, a lot of tools that you can use as well. And they have many, many, many upgrades. So everything you do is saved on the web in their storage. And so if I just give this a cat practice name here, it'll be saved, even though I go back to my home screen and try something different. So I can do docs, and it brings the ability to use a lot of templates. These are templates for docs. There are literally thousands and thousands of templates. So they have templates that you can start with, and then if you just want to edit the content here, you can just edit it. But starting with a template gives you a lot of ability to start working with something that you don't have to share and do something different. You can see some of the tools I've done here. I was looking for a video or a image for the calendar blog post. So I went to just created a simple design and just took a photo from the stock photos they have and just made it my entire background image for that content. And then on the share button here, I can give other people access to this, or I can download it if I want to, or I can print it. So download gives me the ability to download it as a PDF or even as a PowerPoint or a JPEG, which is best for graphics. So I can download it, it downloads it to my computer, and then I can upload it and share it anywhere else. Okay. So when I go to download it and I click on share here, and I want to download it, if I go to downloading it, I have a choice of how I want to download it. If you want somebody to be able to see it as you designed it and as you formatted it, PDFs are best for emailing something. And it's a very consistent format. So if I save it as a PDF, it'll download it as a PDF. And I'm going to download it to as both a PDF and a JPEG. And we'll try seeing if we can do it in different ways. And I just want to create a blank presentation, and I can create one or just do a custom size, or just start with a presentation. I can start with a template if I feel that that's something I want to do, but I tend not to use templates. I just want to create a blank presentation. So if I start with blank slides, Canva gives me the ability to access more stock image elements than PowerPoint does. So if I wanted to have a background like this that I just used, it's really, really easy for me to find it in Canva as opposed to PowerPoint. but I can also take this image and export it. Now, from a sharing and presentation tool, it's a little bit different, but I can add text just by clicking on text anywhere that I want to add text, and I can add a title. I can say title for my presentation on Canva, and I can adjust and edit the text. So it's more a matter of the ability you have to access different tools and what you might want to be able to use. I can change the color to this to white, for example, and give it some impact here, or I can apply different effects. So the photo editing tools, one of the things that Canva tends to make easier, I've discovered, is the animation function. And that's usually available only in Pro, but the animations are pretty cool. So I can hover over an animation and it'll preview what the animation looks like. So animating text or other things or objects are really a little bit more effective. Canva has a little more graphic effect for that if I choose to do it using Canva. And again, I can go to these elements. I say, gee, I want a cat. The image library in PowerPoint doesn't have quite the range of images that Canva does. And that's part of what you're paying for, with Canva. So if I look at photos, I've got a lot of photos of cats here. Okay. So this is let's change the title here and we'll call it a Christmas cat. Okay. And that's the theme of my presentation. So then I can go on to create a second slide here if I want to by adding a second slide and a third one. They're all really, pretty good. It's just a matter of which tool you tend to use. I find drawing shapes and animations, once you just get familiar with one, they're pretty good. Now, one of the things I wanted to try this out and experiment. I have a project somewhere here that I created that I used a PowerPoint presentation. Let's see if I can find it, where I uploaded some information. Here it goes. This is a marketing class I did, and I uploaded a PowerPoint presentation. And I wanted to try and see what would happen if I took this and applied some animations. Okay, so by going to tools here, and let's see if I can find the animation here. It gives you the ability to adjust and provide animations to it if you want to. And that's where one of the advantages was that I was able to use in terms of layouts and styles. It gives you some tools that give you the ability to adjust color very quickly. So it's more a matter of it'll import and export to PowerPoint, but if you're looking for free forms and being able to do shapes and other things like that, it might give you the ability. Here's the professional animation. So if I choose a simple animation, it'll take all the elements and animate it automatically for me. That's something that PowerPoint doesn't do. PowerPoint makes you control each individual animation. But if I also use this Magic Animate, it gives me the ability, it has some recommended styles. It'll take all the elements and bring them in. And so I found I would create this type of thing maybe in PowerPoint, but I could import it into Canva and actually give it some animation capabilities that give it some motion, which is really kind of interesting to utilize too. So, I mean, that's one of the things I discovered. And animations, if I wanted a little more fine control over animations, I'd probably use PowerPoint, but Canva does give you a lot of capability to change and edit things with it too. The templates are really, amazing. So they have collections for businesses, and that's one of the things that you don't typically find in PowerPoint or Word or Google or pages or other things is that these templates are designed around retail stores, people that run small businesses, people that want to offer discounts or do these different flyers that might be announcements, business cards, Instagram posts, and even things like quizzes. They have a lot of educational tools. If I wanted to find a quiz, there are quiz presentations that are already people that have designed them because it's used by a lot of educators as well. So they have presentations by people that share them publicly and give them things like here's adjectives, explains what an adjective is, instructions, has a little game approach to it, and gives you the ability to add and customize different features too. You see a little timer here that's automatically counting down. And so you can utilize this to create things from just a tremendously large library of templates that exist. Trivia quizzes here. So Hannah's got some rules. Number one, according to Greek mythology, who was the first woman on earth? And then, the next slide is the answer. So a lot of these templates are just amazing to shorten your work. You don't have to design something from scratch. You've got resources here. So I don't even know if they have puzzles here, but let's try puzzles and see what they have. So they have puzzles, charts, their affirmation is to puzzles, maze challenge here for Halloween. So they have somebody who's made up these challenges that exist. And so you don't have to create something new on your own. So that's one of the advantages that I find in Canvas is it's become this huge library of templates for virtually everything that you might want to find. And so it has a lot of resources. They do have a learning tool as well. So I just basically want to bring up their learning tool. They have what they call a design school, which is great. So they have a Canva for beginners. They ask you to accept cookies, getting started with Canva for education, for nonprofits, for print advertising, for design skills for students. They will explain tutorials. It's a totally versatile type of graphic design tool, and they keep on adding more and more and more functions to it. One of the things that I've been impressed about Canva is that they've just given so much capability as technology has changed, and they've kept up to date with so many things. They have tools for text to video, text to image. So it's designed to be the one tool for everything. So you don't have to use a lot of different tools, but you can use it for coming up with a lot of different capabilities and features that you might want to use. And they have third-party apps that you can use. So Lottie files are a type of animated type of file that give you the ability to animate some graphics, but they have avatars. These are add-in apps that you can use with Canva to animate, plan content about technology. Don't know what it'll do. Let's start. Let's just see if it'll create something. Okay. Let's see. What about templates? And it'll come up with some designs. Here's 10 tool tech gadgets. You need quiz about dinosaurs. Okay. Interesting. What is NFT? Some things that people have created and shared on Canva publicly. So here's the story. How well do you know your technology or test your tech knowledge? It's a Facebook cover that it just created based on my prompt. And so I can customize this, or I can save it, or as another one, different little format that's a little bit different design as an Instagram post, or something as an animated little video. Of course, I have to create and add the material to it, but it gives me some ways to start and get a head start on it by using a lot of resources. So it's a different type of tool that you might have think about because it has all of these options for creating things, including videos. So if you want to create a video, it gives you the ability to create a video from scratch or from a template or generate some videos interestingly. It's starting to do videos from text to video, and it'll create it with music and other things. So I could add 3 files. Let's take these 3 files here, and we'll try generating a video from this and see what we can do. Okay. And I have no idea what it's going to create from these because I haven't done it, but it's going to apply some background music and going to create some video. I don't know how long it'll be, but we'll see. So, just create some video for you automatically, just from images that you upload. But you can search video templates as well. So if you're looking for a news video template here with some cover news here, you can use this, and it'll show, the video, and you can change the images here to customize it. It's got a lot of capabilities. Their video designer is probably a little simplistic compared to other video editing tools, but they've been expanding it. They're really good at graphics and other types of tools and animation. So they have additional resources. They have, the free plan, the pro plan, obviously. They have a not-for-profit plan that's free for all registered not-for-profit. So if you're part of an organization and you want to get an account for your organization because it's a not-for-profit, it's available for you for free as well. And then their learning tools are just great. They just have so much in their help center, and they've got a great YouTube channel and a lot of other resources as well. So it's some tools. They have a great photo editor. Let's see if I can find that. I was playing around with a photo today. And let me go home here. Let's go to Design Spotlight. And they show you some resources. I'll show you a photo editor. And I can upload an image. And I took this image. This is an image of a co-working facility in Medellin, Colombia. And let's say I want to get rid of this person here. Okay, so if I think I have the ability to erase them with Magic Erase. So I can click on my effects, go to Magic Eraser, and then I can just take my mouse and go over the person here. And let's see how good it does. It does a reasonably good job. And I want to erase them and see what happens here if I can do it, if I can get it done. They're pretty well gone. I mean, it's not perfect, but the clearer the image, it tries to automatically fill in the background here. So maybe I have to erase this a little more and try that and see if it does a little better effect by that. It will try and fill in the background for you. Yeah, let's take a look at the plans and pricing. And I think there's a certain amount of Magic Erase you get with the free plan, but you don't get all of the features. So you do get, free templates, printing capability, charts, sharing, styles, etc. You do get some Magic Eraser capabilities like Magic Write, Magic Design, Magic Edit, but you don't get all of the features that you might get. Let's go back here to the pricing. Let's see more. So what you get with the full access to Magic Studio with 20 AI-powered tools. So you get Magic Write, Magic Design, Magic Edit. You might not get all of the Magic features that are available when you try and use Magic Studio and what's available. They will tell you usually here, like Magic Switch, Magic Animate, Magic Morph are pro. Text to video is Magic Media. It looks like those might be available for free, but Magic Edit for free, that says Magic Grab is pro, Magic Expand is pro. And so some of them are going to be free, some are going to be pro. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.